Hi guys, so in the webinar today we're going to look at what causes poor posture and muscle problems, especially when working from home. In this session we're going to make sure we've covered the two sides to improving our home working setup. So one side is going to be the actual workstation itself, so the equipment we have and how we set those things up, and the other side is the body. So ideally you want to sit just in the middle of the chair, make sure you're sitting on your sit bones, and then we're going to take a big deep breath in and really try and expand our rib cage. That will engage our diaphragm and ensure we're not using those little muscles around the neck to breathe, which causes that posture. Hold for a few seconds and then breathing out. A seated rotation is a great way to loosen off the lower back. If we bring one foot onto the knee, and then you're going to actually pull the knee across, create a stretch around into the glutes and the lower back, and then aim to rotate behind you. It's something that happens when we sit too much. So if in our chair, the front of our hips, especially here the hip flexors, become very hypertonic, they get very tight. So that can compress the lower back here because of the pelvis tilting forward too much. So to rectify that, we're looking to actually open up the front of the pelvis here into a hip flexor stretch position. Separate keyboard and mouse is really important because if you are using a laptop, there's a tendency to lean in and down at the kit you've got in front of you. So having a separate pieces of equipment is really useful. So a nice flat small keyboard, separate mouse as well, a small one if possible. So using a handy laptop stand, portable, very easy to set up, is a way for you to make sure you've got that screen at the correct height as we mentioned. Okay, so being able to then just take that with you at home or back into the office. Carriage, with the head in forward of the body, prolonged periods through the day, the way to rectify that is with the chin tuck. So we're going to pull the chin backwards using the muscles here around the neck to actually improve those muscles so they can hold your head in a better position. So to strengthen the muscles behind the shoulder blades, these muscles here, the muscles we said are weak and need some improvement, we'd use a band. So you can use a handy physio band here. I'm going to wrap it around my wrists and my knuckles and then add a bit of resistance by pulling the elbows out, tucking my chin in and squeezing those muscles behind the shoulder blades here. Okay, so the smaller postural based muscles that really need the help and the activation through the day. That allows us to activate the muscle behind the shoulder blades. Those rhomboids really do need all the help we can give them. So if you are looking to try and sit for some of the day and stand for some of the day, it's important to pre-plan it in your diary so you don't have to actually then move your kit around throughout the day. Yeah, thanks very much for coming to the session today. Hope you all enjoyed it and got some really valuable hints and tips. And remember, if you do feel you need a bit of extra support or advice, grab us and book one of those one-to-one homeworker sessions and we can answer any more questions that you might want a bit more detail with.